I'm Wildflower, and welcome back to Wild Recaps. So, we are talking about Joseline's Cabaret. We did episodes 1 through 3 last video, so let's hop on to episode 4. So, last time I told you guys that the episode ended off with the girls being in the room. Envy, Hennessy, Rose, Ocean, Showgirl Meek. There were a few other people in there as well, but those names are the ones that really matter because they were all fighting. The girls in the house, some of them really feel strongly about Joseline recruiting the other ones from the pool party. They feel like they didn't have to go through the same trials and tribulations, so they about to go through some trials and tribulations with these fists. I get the mindset behind it. I don't know if I would have jumped on them like that, but I get it. I'm not mad at Envy for feeling the way she feels. And for the environment that we're in, I'm not mad at her for ripping her wig off and going in.
Y'all seem like some real sweethearts, but y'all gotta get y'all gotta get what's up?
I have to say that was one of the most entertaining moments so far. And y'all, by the way, about Envy, I like her and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? She's standing out her story before coming into the house about getting shot and set up. That's absolutely crazy. Glad she made it through that. She don't give auntie vibes though, like in the best way. Beautiful, but auntie. God, let's talk about this next scene where Kay was talking about her situation, sitting outside with Isis, Jayla, Dani, and a few others. Jayla is f***ing weird, bro. Let me tell you why. So like I said, that scene where they're all sitting outside, it's Kay, Jayla, Isis. Kay is talking about the situation about her and Isis, and she might be doing like this with her hands and stuff like that. Jayla expressed that she don't like, all the hand movements and stuff like that in her area. Let's pause right there for a second. We're gonna finish, but let's just pause. Why does that make you so mad? Especially when you know that she ain't talking about you. But you just see Jayla just looking at her like, and just start hitting her in the head. Because she's talking with her hands, y'all. Even if she accidentally got close to your face, you know she don't mean nothing by it because she ain't talking to you or about you. How are you that mad to start hitting another woman in the head? You are not threatened. You're a pit bull is what you are. And a weirdo. I was so hurt for Kay because I know that came completely out of nowhere. Give me a comment down below. Was Jayla right for doing that? I know some of y'all who are probably like Jayla will probably be like, well, she told her not to put her hair. Yeah, she told her that when she still wasn't being threatened. And then after she said that, she still wasn't being threatened and she still hit the girl, bro. That was just some Rottweiler aggressive ass, I need a moment ass right there. No matter what you feel about Kay and the situation between Isis and stuff like that, what happened between Jayla and her was just unwarranted. After this fight, she gets into another one with Erica. So Erica said that she wanted her one with her. I respect that it wasn't just out of the blue, but at the same time, still very stupid and petty. She wanted to fight Kay because apparently Kay said one time that she's the prettiest girl in the room or the prettiest girl there. That's why she wanted to fight. She said, because what did you mean by that? Because I think I'm a pretty what did you mean by that? Girl, you look stupid. This weak ass bitch. I mean, beautiful. Reminds me of this girl I used to work with actually, but for you to swing on her while her head was already jumbled up doing something else.
I've been irritated with Kay since last night because she wanted to fight when Joseline is between her and Isis. So I feel like that was fucking disrespectful. So I just reacted.
She tried to jump her, basically. I would have respected it much more if Des would have did what Erica did. It was like, hey, I want my one with you because blah, 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 blah. But instead, she waited till the girl head was dang near down on the floor and then want to pop her real quick. Like, girl, see, it's people like you. Like, you wouldn't ever stand up to somebody face to face, fist to fist, and have your issue that way. You want to throw the rocks and hide your hand, and I don't respect that. Like, that was so weak. You needed a moment so that people wouldn't pick on you for saying that you're boring or try you because they think you're a punk, which I still do. On episode 4, towards the end, Raven becomes the new house mother. And how, do you ask? Because Wet Wet gets kicked out, not for the first time, but again. Wet Wet has her little maid outfit on and she has a duster. She comes where Joseline is sitting down and Joseline does her famous line, I see you always got your maid outfit on like you always do. That whole thing. It was cute, Kiki. So then Wet takes the duster and she's dusting stuff, and then she starts dusting Joseline, like, you know, like trying to be cute with it. Joseline lets her tap the duster on her about 3 times before she snatches her up, bops her in the head a couple times. Wet was like, because she wasn't expecting it. She wouldn't, because she didn't mean no harm. And that's what she said. She didn't mean anything by it, and you know that I didn't mean anything by it, and I believe that Joseline knew that girl didn't mean anything by it, but I think she just got pissed off that she got touched in her facial upper region with a dirty duster, and I understand the frustration behind that. If it were you, would you steal off on them? Or would you back up? Or would you be like, hey, what are you doing? Like, what would you do? Would you really hit that person? Let me know. So then they have their, I think it was their first dance practice at a studio with the dance teacher. This is also where she lets the girls choose who they want to be eliminated. And the results came out: Rose, Kay, and Isis. That scene was funny because Joseline was like, Jigsaw? Who is Jigsaw? Who are y'all calling Jigsaw? Why would they call you that? The dance teacher already knew before anybody even said anything. So like I said, I'm not surprised that these are the 3 girls that are up for elimination. Kay is the one that ends up going home though. So they're at the club still, and this is when it's announced that Andrea is now the new house mom, which is so wild. Like, first of all, what happened to Raven? I like the idea of Raven being the house mom. I don't know how this is gonna work out either, but we're gonna see. While you're here, go ahead and give this video a like as well. Thank you very much. Joseline announces to the girls that she is taking Rose and Oceans to the studio. I want to mention here that Joseline mentions specifically to Oceans that she thinks she has the type of look to be next to her. She specifically told her that she likes her body and just kind of bigged her up for how she looks and as to why she wanted her to come to this special little trip. That's going to be important later. Another thing about the studio session that's funny is Joseline then leaves the room and tells the girl she gonna be right back. She gonna be right back. So she goes into the SUV and talks to Kay, who we just spoke about got eliminated last episode, but apparently Joseline felt so bad about it because she thought the girl was so sweet and everything like that, that she told her to come back. She also asked her to introduce herself back to the girls on a tricycle, much like, you guessed it, Jigsaw. So she does it, she goes in there on the tricycle, people gag, and then she also tells them, yeah, I'm back, and also I get to go on a trip with Joseline today. So that was a big moment for Kay. I loved it for her. Now let's talk about Joseline. So what Joseline reveals here in this situation with Kay is actually very telling. She suggested that she come and do the whole Jigsaw thing.
I cannot believe that she went on with my idea that I would be like, kiss my black.
So listen to that. She's asking them to do things that she not even sure if they're gonna actually do or not because it's so wild. She knows it's wild. She's asking you to still do it to see, I guess, how much integrity you have, how much respect for yourself you have, or what's your prices, you know. I ain't gonna lie, I like the moment. I think that Kay was big for doing that and just kind of like, you already calling me that anyways, let me go ahead and just take the power away from it, basically. And so I'm really not mad at that. I already liked Kay before, but it really makes me like her more. Now at the end of this episode is also the start of the obstacle course, so let's talk about that horrendous deal. They had 2 teams, and of course they matched people up against who they was beefing with. It was just funny because it's almost like, to me, I was watching the natural body athletic girls versus the BBL not athletic girls. You can definitely see which one was prevailing, baby. It was looking like them BBLs and fake body parts was just fighting against all natural movement. Showgirl Neek ends up being the one to win the whole thing. They do like another obstacle, and she wins 1K. Yay! At the end of this episode, this is when the girls really try to pressure Rose to fight Hennessy. That's really what they were doing. They were trying to get them to fight, but I respect Rose so much for standing on her own and not listening to them. I really commend her for having her own mind, not letting people put the battery in her back, becoming a pit bull and just fighting people just because, like she said, you know, it's really hard for me to just dog her and she my friend. Like, you know, like even, yeah, you saying all this stuff that she said, but I wasn't there to hear it. You know, and even if it is true, I probably still ain't mad enough to do that. Like, she just stood on her own business for her own self, the way she wanted to represent herself, the way she wanted to act, even though people were being pretty aggressive with her about, oh, you're not gonna fight her, you looking pretty sharp. The pit bull, Jayla, was one of the main ones, but she was like, no. I respect that so much. Y'all, this is also the episode where Kay calls out Erica, because you know Erica called her out last time, so I guess she wanted to return favor and call her back out to fight, and Erica was just like, I'm tired, but all right, let's go. And girl, when I say Erica whooped that behind, I hate to say it, but she did. They got the camera showing Joseline going like, and then they showed the knots on Kay's forehead, boo. Erica beat that girl up. And I want, this is the crazy thing about it. I'm not even gonna say that I think Erica could even fight like that. Just looking at, you know, form, just, you know, stuff like that. Like, I just think that Kay can't fight. Craziness. But that's the last thing we're gonna talk about on that episode. Now, this is where Neek and Hennessy fight before they go inside the dance studio. Girl, you can see a white man standing by the door when they were doing all that commotion. I was so embarrassed. Showgirl Neek and Hennessy get into it because they start talking about the whole friendship thing again and how she was talking about her friend. Neek's wig came off though, okay? And let me just tell you, boo, nowadays, if a woman got on a wig, that does not mean she bald-headed, but some of y'all girls is bald-headed. Another thing about that fight that I don't really like is that Neek was saying that she got snuck, and I just feel like, girl, no, you did not. Y'all were sitting there talking big shit to each other on the bus, and y'all agreed that y'all were not going to fight on the bus. So you should have known that it was up as soon as you stepped off. But like if I were you, and I don't even be in situations like this, but if I were you, I would have known to come off the bus expecting her to be on either side ready to jump on me. They were both pulling hair, but Neek's wig ended up coming off. Joseline ended up going to get Neek's wig when she sees that Hennessy trying to tear it up and stuff like that, and has all of a sudden sympathy for people pulling wigs off. Don't have no sympathy for people pulling wigs off for you. Like, and that was a very specific thing that has been happening. So that, I just thought that was funny. Like, oh, you do care about people getting their wigs returned. To be fair, those were wigs of people she was beefing with too. So Hennessy is so pissed off about what happens that she does not show up for practice that day. I don't remember if this was before or after, but they were standing around in the dance studio talking, and Joseline just, you know, I don't know, she feels a little aggressive or whatever like that, but then Isis told Joseline that she feels like, you know, she's picking on her, and Joseline's like, well, how old are you? How old are you? People pick on you? And it's just like, girl, you are just like, you do. To her defense, Joseline picks on everybody there. She verbally abuses everyone there. That's just what it is when you come to Joseline Cabaret. It is what it is. But yeah, Joseline, you do pick on people. You do. You pick on everybody, but you do pick, and you do it like in the worst way. Super disrespectful. I forgot what was said. Dani done dropped her mouth. And oh, shock, surprise. Okay? And you not fucking close your mouth. Like, God damn. This is the episode that we find out that Kay will not be back with us, and you know, cool. I don't want it for her. They said she needed to heal up and take some time to do that, and I hope that she does and comes back on the reunion and does not fight. And this episode ended very nicely. It ended with a dance-off. They literally went through all the girls and showed us their style and stuff like that. Some people were playing with fire. Some people had the fire in their hoo-has. Some people playing with money in air. And it was, you know, it was a show. I think that, you know, it's great that they ended this episode off this way because we need a little bit of variety. Sometimes ended off with the starting of a fight, sometimes ended off at an elimination, sometimes like this. This was a nice ending, and I was happy for that. If you have made it this far, please give me a like. I appreciate it so much. It helps me out so much. If you like content like this, go ahead and give your girl a subscribe, okay? I talk about baddies too. I have other TV shows that I'll be talking about as well off of Netflix and other streaming platforms, not just Zeus, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you leave me some comments and let me know what you think about some of the questions that I asked, because I do really want to know other people's opinions. But again, you all, thank you so much for the support. This is Wild Recaps.